still on Team Liquid, something that can hold Sven. Because once Sven goes in, especially with this Omni Knight, it's gonna become a problem. Maybe even picking Enigma into Rubik never feels good.
I'm telling you, Beastmaster's not terrible.
I'd forgotten about Enigma's been first stage banned so many games that. Yeah, Beastmaster seems decent here.
They're really squishy on side of Team Liquid. Like, they have no ways of running. Once Sven pops that God Strength, who's gonna fight him?
Doom it is.
Okay.
Man, that's more of the same problem now. I mean, Doom can feel very, very squishy against physical damage.
This is the exact same lineup they had against EG, one of the games, other than it was a Oracle rather than a CM.
Yeah.
But the rest is all exactly the same. And that was they won that game. It was a good game for them. And the Dragon Knight does still come out.
Yeah, very nice call.
Yeah.
As much as it's a lot of melee, well, DK's kind of both. He transforms. Just having tanky heroes that will survive the Doom. And also heroes that aren't... Wind Ranger doesn't have a lot of damage output against these tanky strength heroes, who are also...
You want GH, Kuro, Miracle, they're all just going to be shoving lanes as Mind Control probably goes to that phase drums, just constantly dives into enemy jungle. Typical Liquid play style as they try and get to that 30-minute mark when their draft really truly comes online.
It kind of takes the pressure off as well, Mind Control in some ways. Like, you know what, you got to Doombringer, you can always recover. So if you're throwing away your life, like, you know you're going to get something back. You know it's for the greater good. It's very... It's like, well, OG-esque as far as like last TI for like, you know, we're willing to sacrifice, and we just have everyone who's enabled to do so. But we're talking about wonderful things for Team Liquid. We're talking about their scaling. What's the good things from VEG? Give me a balance, feel here, Kyle.
I think what the panel was saying was on point, where it's just an easier draft to play around and execute with. You have very stable lanes. Grimstroke has excellent synergy with all three of your cores. You could find yourself in a position where you win the lanes, take the tier 1s early, and then all of a sudden you have a Midas Echo Sven just crushing through the map. And unlike, let's see what happens at this rune here. I think Liquid will fight this.
Yeah, they may do so. That battle into potentially like DY stun. Okay, no, he's gone for the throw out first, but everyone's gonna back off. Liquid will end up claiming 3 of the 4 bounty runes.
Yeah, it's a cool game from the perspective of Vici, because they don't have like the most the win conditions aren't there, right?
Yep.
It's just we're gonna be ahead, stay ahead. I'm just always concerned when you're playing against this
the panel used the phrase, it's very simple.
Well,
it's very simple.
I really liked what they did. They addressed Mind Control's hero in the second phase. I was talking with a couple captains about this, how you know what Liquid's gonna do. And MC's always playing these Bat, Centaur, Axe, Darkseer heroes that just backlane in the event that he can't actually zone or lane against the core. So what does Liquid do when they don't get any of these heroes? They actually aggro tri-lane and put Mind Control in this solo safe lane. But whenever you aggro tri, you have to ensure you trade. If you lose this lane, you have screwed yourselves completely.
But it's a Doombringer, right? Like, you're going to trade well anyway, just because of, well, Devour innately. You can get Devour and Blade or Devour, whatever.
Oh, sure. The 1v1's going to be fine. It's just what happens down here. This is a Grimstroke Sven. This is not a lane to contest easily.
Oh, Miracle.
Jukes the stun. What a boss.
Yep. Slide of fifth. Projectiles do not work well against Embers. The silences, however, from DY, that will later on into the game really reduce, like, just restricting the movement of Miracle.
Yeah, this is definitely not an easy task. Oh, double stun.
I got a good Storm Bolt, and there it is! VG Gaming. They're waiting for the right time. You said it. These supports hit real hard, real early on, and like, it's not like Kuro is level 6 yet. Crystal Maiden hasn't hit that mark.
That was without even an Inkswell. That was just a Stroke of Fate, a blast, a stun, and Miracle just implodes. This doesn't get any easier for Liquid either.
It's kind of funny to actually introduce the Inkswell thing, because like normally there's a delivery system. Normally there's a hero who's able to close the distance or bring you back, but in this game it doesn't exist. So maybe it is just that range kind of harassment that the Rubik is also very good at once he gets level 3. Level 2 Fate Bolt plus the Inkswell, plus the Stroke of Fate.
Yeah, they just have so much spell damage, and that's the downside of the Liquid draft. With this Mag 4 position, it's excellent as the game scales, and it'll be an answer to the BKBs of the DK and the Sven, but until then, you're you're so weak in the laning phase. He throws out a skewer, but I mean, really, what is that going to accomplish here for GH? It's why typically when Liquid run this lineup, they have Mind Control applying pressure, back laning in the off lane, and GH and Miracle have this easy time in the safe lane in the 2-on-1.
Yeah, but you can't break up the tri lane when you run like this from Liquid. And this plays into the hands of VG Gaming. Top 3 CSs, only just, but they all belong to VG Gaming.
Yep.
And they're continuously zoning out this bottom lane. The Ember has 6-1. Miracle, he is getting suffocated on this bottom lane. He needs some breathing room somehow.
You can see them just looking to get aggressive here. As long as the stun isn't juked, VG have tons of kill potential here.
It just means they need the control. Which telekinesis will be that control. This layer's a little bit too hard for them.
You can see how afraid Liquid are, and this gives opportunity now for DY to land some pulls. He's going to drag the easy camp now. Look to Link as you start to slowly get out XP'd in bottom lane.
Kuro's trying to do something with this. Shockwave pulls him back in again. Kuro can't really help out. The Warcry comes out from Paparazzi. And Fade, as well as Paparazzi, just back off the lane. They understand there is no new Radiant creep wave coming in. So the first thing Liquid do is move over into the jungle. That DK still having a great time up on top. 21-5 against 16-3.
Yeah, you just remember, though, Liquid's play style is, in this sort of game, it's all about Mind Control and Miracle, specifically Miracle on the Ember Spirit. He is the win condition, so it is very scary. We have this XP-dependent core suffering in a tri-lane and unable to CS well. He's going to need a lot of time and space to recover, and Vici have that possibility to just push the tempo. They've got DK, they've got Omni Knight Sven.
Yep.
They can group up so early on with a bunch of these cheaper 2K, 3K gold items and just walk at Liquid's base.
This is why I was asking you about, like, what's the positive aspects of VG Gaming? Because you've always got to look for them. What does Team Liquid fear? And losing all 3 lanes, yeah, I know that's a very generic thing to throw. It's like, you lost all 3 lanes, you should be fearing this. But that's kind of where you're moving at the moment. Mind Control trying to battle heavily against Yang. Very, very difficult to do from both sides. This is a lane where there's no killing. Like, it's the bottom lane where there'll be blood. And mid lane, DK, you don't kill him. Like, Crystal Maiden can't rotate in and do something with this.
Yep, this is a matchup that we saw earlier as well, I think in a VP versus Liquid game. And it was a similar story where the DK usually gets about 65-70% in comparison to the
like
35.
With the Syrian Chains, they're not looking to really fight here. What they're looking for is to control the runes. Kuro gets hit by the stroke, but he'll back out. But Yang's going to gain both of the bounty runes up on top. So while Liquid fought hard for the 2 runes on bottom against the tri-lane, it still ends up being an even trade, I believe.
Yep. Right. It is going to be Vici that have the incentive to push, though. So for now, you know, they're comfortable just static in these lanes, winning all 3 of them. But eventually, you're going to see Weeha look to make a move. It's always dangerous, though, because there's a Dragon Knight in the mid lane. It doesn't allow Wee to play as aggressive as he typically likes to as this new mid player.
But Wee has the ability to at least clean up the wave, right? So, like, DK wants to push it. He's got his Dragon form up, but if he doesn't have a creep wave with him, I suppose he just walk up and drag and hit the tower, so you'll still get your chip damage out. But I also remember you saying, like, we were talking about this during the drafting phase, just like, say, who should have the advantage? VG, it looks easy to implement, but do they go off to a good start? But I remember you saying, like, Liquid's still going to scale better.
Oh, for sure.
They're still going to go in better. So this status quo of VG Gaming, like, we've been talking about Wii rotating off and doing something about it. What does VG do if they want to be the ones in control of this game?
Oh, just right now is a great start. Just stay ahead in the lanes. And just don't look to rotate necessarily. Just keep. Oh, hang on.
Yeah, he's attacking. Shockwave's going to pull him in. So GH just holds him. They have the damage output. Welcome to double damage runes. Without that, Weeha would never have gotten that kill onto Ori. But he got it, and he got it.
And not just that, he had the Javelin up early as well. So just way more damage than I think Ori realized was possible. Bottom, though, Miracle. Oh, another juke on a stun.
This is Miracle. This is Miracle. If there's something he could dodge with timing, he's going to do it. And now they want to initiate. Searing Chains out. Another Shockwave. The damage and the slow makes it difficult for Paparazzi just to walk away from this one. A quick skewer. He'll dodge it, but GH, he can't actually block him. Sven has the phase boost, so the movement speeds arrive, but Kuro in range for the Frostbite and just has enough mana. Gives Miracle the kill.
Really well done by Liquid. This is what they do so well, finding these opportunities to get kills. And that's what's necessary, because Vici, they were content to just sit in lanes and farm. And you know, it's a mag rotation mid. Somehow GH always manages to find movement
on heroes that really shouldn't be able to.
Yeah, we're sitting here saying, you know what, this isn't actually possible, but you saw the timing. He understood DK was going to push the tower, which means he had to come in range, and he came in range of a double damage Wind Ranger, so the confidence from Ori really just ends up punishing him.
Yep, but look at Miracle's CS. This is still a big problem for Team Liquid.
Yeah, they're storm bolting, but GH is creating more space, so Miracle can at least stand a little closer, but man, 17 denies, 14 last hits only. How long until you just say like, okay, Doom, come bottom lane or something like that? Oh, can you even do that?
You really can't because the Omni Knight's so high level up top. The problem isn't the net worth of Miracle. I've seen mid one in rougher Ember games than this. It's the lack of experience that's a big concern because you need to have those 4 points ASAP in the sleight of fist, and then you want to be able to push waves of Flame Guard, but you just don't have XP. He's level 4, and you can't reliably go against any of these solo cores.
Actually, GH couldn't get the wrap around. Kuro needed to be there a little bit earlier, so then they can get the skewer back. There's Searing Chains, Ink Swells. GH knows he's in trouble, but luckily he's a magnet. He's got some thick HP on that back of his.
And I can't stress enough how important that kill mid was. It equalized the net worth between the two players, and more importantly, it slowed down the push. You kill DK in an early dragon form, that's like 3 minutes where he's unable to apply pressure. And now will be hesitant to do so in the future because he recognizes that with the +1, the Weehaw Wind Ranger will deal enough damage to kill him.
And VG Gaming, it looks so good at the start. Obviously, it's still pretty even Stevens, but I'm waiting to see them actually get out there and get something done. DK assaulting the mid tower is great, but again, Liquid, they just keep going and going. And well, I suppose that's one way to do it. Counter initiation. Kuro is very low. Paparazzi able to find that kill.
It's almost like he did it on purpose. Wanted some more mana.
Uh-huh.
Weehaw went bottom though, and you can see Ori is going to push mid, but there will be a Wind Ranger possibly able to help bottom. However,
that's a problematic rotation. Like already VG Gaming got the upper hand, so with this base creation, Kuro, GH, and we all rotate towards the mid. They'll need a shackle. One hero will TP in to help Weehaw gain that, as if Yang wants to come closer. But then again, it's also Yang in mid lane. Frostbite will begin. Same with the Dragon Tail Stun. Purification, Weehaw has to wind run himself away. GH is nearby. Weehaw, he's got nothing really to give, just power shot. But they know with Dragon Form, you just buff him up and keep the push going.
I really like this build on Ori, just maxing out the Dragon Blood ASAP. If you look at the damage output of Liquid, it's almost purely physical. So long as he doesn't get doomed, there's really no way to take out this Dragon Knight unless it's a 3-on-1 scenario. And well, that shackle, so close.
If that latched Doombringer's rotation, he could have just triggered the ultimate, they could have just run him down. Instead, now the battle for runes happen and you're gonna lose Miracle. Skewer from GH at least gets a rebuttal. But nothing was going to save Miracle from Paparazzi's damage. He couldn't get rid of the silence in time.
Yep. And you can see Vici are doing a great job just ensuring that they're always playing balanced around the lanes. I don't think Miracle can stay bottom any longer. And if you look, Paparazzi, he's almost got a Midas. Sure, he's died once, but he's still having a fine time down here. And yeah, they will put Miracle top, but what is that, a level 9 Omni Knight up there?
They have to babysit him. Like, there's no other choice. They had to actually bring in help. Like, they're even initiating up, but this is just forcing more rotation. So Mind Control, Miracle working together. The silence over Miracle, the power shot connects, and they can run down, but no. The Ink Swell from DY was always going to create the space for Omni to retreat.
It was a great rotation from Liquid, though. They needed, Miracle's coming top. You don't want to swap lanes right away. You want to get a Doom off if possible. They do so, but it's just too difficult. Omni Knight, one of the more tanky heroes in this game, especially with the phase boots up already. A drum charge popped as well for Mind Control.
It just feels so rough for Ember. He's not going to get the space. The tier 1 tower on the top lane is the next target. You've already taken the mid tier 1.
They have the gold lead, though. This is the thing about Team Liquid that just kind of boggles your mind, right? Because they lost all their lanes, and they're down a tower, but they're even.
Well, and you do still have Doom on that side. So that's like, Doom was the one who had the free time. He did go 4 points up and Devour. So it's giving you something to help balance it out. But you're right, Weehaw still was getting a lot of CS. They still got that kill on DK.
I like what we see here. It looks like it'll be a Blink Dagger rush on Ori. I think when you have a Midas on Sven, and you look at the draft, they just need that initiation. You need somebody that's able to get in with an Ink Swell on top of him, and then all of a sudden, the Ember, the CM, the Mag, like these heroes have to be initiated on. You need some sort of catch for them. And the faster you can get it, the faster you can push the tempo. Because one kill with the lineup that Vici have, they're immediately going to be taking an objective afterwards. They get another tower top. I believe that'll be enough gold for the blink, and it is, thanks to the last hit. And now Ori can start hunting.
Yep. Just needs to get together with a couple of people and have some fun. The only target for them at the moment is Ember Spirit up on top. The rest of Liquid are pretty close together, apart from Wii, and he's still a difficult target in it. Even with the Dragon Tail, it's level 1.
Paparazzi's continuing to farm up the Midas. Again, I still like what Liquid's doing here. They keep the supports bottom. The GH Mag, how is he?
They
What?
left him. They left him. The second VG went mid as well as top. They just left him bottom lane farming away from everyone, and he's just been farming his Blink Dagger.
He has like 600 gold for Blink. He's
Yep.
got Arcanes.
Yep.
What? He's level 7.
He's been left alone on bottom for the last 3 minutes, but he's been farming up the 2 camps on the side because they put down aggressive observer wards on the dire side inside the Radiant jungle. They already knew when someone would come over, so he could just back up and move around. Liquid creating space.
And this is the thing, Vici, you know, I love their draft, but I'm not certain that they will be able to outlast Liquid here. It was a Max Devour Doom, to your point, and this is
Yep.
Mag Ember. And Wind Ranger, how many times have we seen Liquid win games with this? They've walked their way into this upper bracket final, thanks and primarily to these 3 heroes.
Oh, it's smoke time. Fade and Yang gonna try and combine together. They'll have to move towards the north with the DK, who's just Blink farming up on the north at the moment. The only person, again, nearby is gonna be Ember Spirit, but Miracle knows he's not a thing in this game.
Yep.
Not yet. He needs to just go jungle and stay. And if VG want him, they have to move aggressively. And they'll know when they do. Cost of that vision before. Weeha, smoke breaks. He even hangs around to get the last hit.
Love the
Sure.
positioning. He's just sitting there to be the smoke breaker. Miracle, if they want to go the long way to catch him out, he'd be fine with it. But he was actually farming that camp on the other high ground. There's no method for Vici to initiate this unless they've got the Dragon Knight available. And he was the one they were smoking towards, not with.
I'm loving this as well. Mind Control's putting all of his
Yeah.
money into a Blink Dagger. And because he's come to the bottom lane, he's now come in range of GH, who in that 4 position, Magnus can just give him the buff up to push faster or farm faster.
You're not going to have scaling issues as Liquid. You're not going to have damage issues as the game continues. You want to be able to fight Vici. They're going to get aggressive. They're going to look to dive you under towers. Against a Blink Doom, a Blink Mag, that's no longer possible. And even though the 3 cores are still 3 of the top 4 net worths, it feels like Liquid are somehow very
this?
happy with the way the game has gone.
Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't
Another
feel natural,
smoke.
especially when it's VG. VG have so much to fight with. Drums, Phase Boots, Omni, he's coming towards mid. They're looking for a target. Now Team
Look at the
Liquid,
positioning.
again, yeah, they're in smoke breaks position. Power shot flies out. They were seeing that the smoke's going to break. And now Ori, blink forwards up, able to get his initial stun over on the Wind Ranger. The control follow from Fade. It's good, but not good enough. Back under the shrine. Liquid regenerate and now move forward themselves. A silence over on Kuro. He's actually just letting him know where they are for the moment. He'll get stunned up and potentially brought down. But a smoke movement from VG that was looking for a core ends up getting only a support.
Yeah, if GH had the blink, that would have been a completely different engagement, but he was still 200 gold off of it.
Yep.
If he is, though, you know, that's just huge. They're going to get 3-man RP'd. That's an active shrine. Even though they lose Kuro, it's just Kuro.
This is how also Miracle gets back into the game. You set him up with a stack, you give him the Empower buff up.
Yep.
GH will help to try and chip away at this so he can just finish the job, drag it back in with a slow. And watch that net worth move from 4.7k up to about 4.95k. It's starting to be more in tune with his
but
MMR.
So is Paparazzi. He was farming top that entire time. You look at the deep vision that Vici have placed. It's a very secure area of the map. So sure, Liquid are taking the Ancient camp, but Vici's still able to manufacture a little bit more gold around the map for now.
Yep.
And they're still going to look to get aggressive. You can feel the pressure that they're under. The double smoke within like the same 2-minute window.
Yeah.
They know that they need to get things done.
Yeah, they need to push. At the same time, Liquid can't push back. The invasion comes from VG into the dire side. Now the Blink Dagger's over on Magnus as well as Doombringer. Liquid have their own initiation, but I also want to keep my eyes a little bit on the Rubik. Like, he's also playing his own catch-up. He actually stole a high-level, 4-level power shot.
Yeah.
So Team Liquid keeping their creep waves up, even against Grimstroke as well as Rubik normally, pushing is really hard for Team Liquid unless they just win the fight straight out.
Yep.
And that's what VG's going to try and do. Observer Ward's down, they're ready to go on Miracle. Then they see GH as well, so they back up.
Yep, this is typical Liquid, right? Hold hands. GH and Miracle just going to continuously play together as GH both secures Miracle's farm and amplifies his ability to do so quickly with that maxed up in power. And Mind Control now rotating to the off lane. Maybe he dies down here at some point, but he's so tanky, it'll take so many heroes that it's really just value when you consider the space Liquid will buy for it. As they still slowly, like, their net worth disadvantage continues to grow, but it's still Vici that I think have that they're needing to continue doing things. It's clock is ticking.
Kuro's going to be so sad about that that observer he planted. The sentry had 10 seconds left on it when he planted the obs down. Grimstroke takes care of it instantly. And the other observer they planted is a defensive one inside the jungle.
Yep.
There's already a sentry from VG on top of it, and it just takes one movement into the liquid jungle to get rid of that. They will start going very blind on the map, and the only obs they then have is mid-river.
It's important to note like how these fights are wanting to go down for both sides. Vici, you want to strike hard and fast. You find one kill, chase for more. The RP comes out too late, now it's stolen, all of a sudden you're team wiping Liquid. Liquid, however, they want to poke and prod. Power shots, shackles, slight chain spam. You want to whittle down these Vici heroes, try and get the supports out of position and pick them off. But you will do much better in a long-lasting engagement. Vici, they just want to hit hard and go. And Liquid, as you can see, the way that they're playing, like always split around the map, always farming on these high grounds. They want to ensure that Vici don't catch them off guard.
You know, it's a really sad mechanic with the Rubik. He steals Devour. Devours a my goal, but doesn't get the stuns.
He gets the gold, though.
He does get the goal.
Yeah. And this blink dagger is huge. This blink is huge for the Rubik because it means that he'll be able to become this anti-Magnus. And sure, GH was farmed originally, but since he's now been relegated to just Miracle's babysitter, he's no longer really accelerating through the game. He has the blink, of course, but have yet to see an RP.
He knows his job. He knows his job. It's either hit the RP when VG are going to come in range for it, at all other times, be there to empower my cause. Yep. That's it. Even Kuro actually should have more money than GH because he needs to be able to survive inside of his freezing field. Yeah, VG is starting to group up once again. I don't know if this is going to be their smoke time. They are out of range of the dire observer ward.
Yep, they're going to have a BKB soon on Paparazzi. I think that's the first real timing. The only answer you'll have for that as Liquid is the Doom or the RP from GH, but they will actually just smoke up again. But where are they going to go is the question. You'll probably be able to find a kill on Weehaw if he sticks around top for too long, but there's no towers in sight.
Their deep vision doesn't see where Team Liquid is. They can only see where they're not. So they can probably extrapolate it, but then you're fighting into fog. And yeah, now they're going to get rid of the observer ward. Paparazzi actually underneath the sentry as well, but that is not in range.
Look at how Liquid are playing this. It's like, look at their wards. Look at how they're playing on the map, just continuously around this high ground on their triple camp bottom. Weehaw shoves top all the way to the tier 1 and just TPs out. They have a perfect idea of where Vici are around the map, and this is what Liquid does so well. It's why it's so frustrating to play against them. Their best skill as a team is this constant mirror movement. They go, you try and find where Liquid are, and they're already on the other side of the map, just farming. You feel like you never catch them. The true rats, now that Alliance is qualified to TI. I think Liquid might have might need to take that title from them.
Yeah, they want to shut up the title. You can't handle the title. That's always an Alliance thing, no matter how long I live. BKB for mind control. That's a nice thing. He is #1 net worth for the dire side. You're still lacking on the Emperor as well as the Wind Ranger. In fact, as I say, that Miracle has overtaken Weehaw, so it feels like there's less space on this map for Team Liquid to continuously farm. If it wasn't for Mind Control's efficiency Devour, like, it's probably going to be worse than the 2K advantage that VG's got.
They have a sentry. They saw the Omni Invis, and once again, Liquid are just waiting. And Vici, they're strong. They want this fight, but how do you take it? How do you dive? The BKB up on Mind Control and the smoke is ready.
They want to blink skew up, but they'll start with the wall stomp to begin with, and then with the searing chains, Ori hits the back line, keeping GH out of this fight, but the Doom has already gone down. Someone can't do much more apart from buying back if he wants to be involved. Kuro, freezing field, stolen by Fade, in the back lines. Who can he put this onto? He's going to play from the tree lines. Mind Control has him kind of in lockdown. GH is there as well with the skewer back, so they'll kill him off in the trees. It's a 2-for-1 trade-off, but they ain't done yet. Mind Control jumping in, but Sven's dangerous. And Omni Knight respawning, TPing forward. That means Team Liquid once again need to back off.
It's perfect. That's exactly how you fight as Liquid. Boom, blink, Doom, kill the Omni, and then you can see everybody Delta split. We don't want a hard commit here. Vici still have this insane T-fight composition. We see that the Sven has his BKB ready. He doesn't even use it in this fight because Paparazzi was never really threatened. He was just prodded.
Yep.
They get out. Kuro, once again, the sacrificial lamb. He pops his ulti in the middle of nowhere, forces the Rubik to use both lift and steal, so then GH has the RP threat with no possible turnaround, and Vici then can't play nearly as aggressively because of that threat of RP.
It was actually kind of funny when you look at it. It's like Rubis in the back line is like, well, I have this great ability, but the rest of my team is having fights either on this ramp that Weehaw standing at or in the mid.
I love this from Weehaw. He just went straight BKB. So how do you kill him now? Paparazzi, you can blink forwards, but he's going to be able to BKB your stun every time.
I was
actually rushing MKB.
I was actually wondering if Miracle will go into the Radiance after the Maelstrom, will go like a higher combat, but he does have Radiance in his quick buy.
I like it here. He's going to do so much raw physical damage, plus the missed chance will annoy this DK and Sven when their BKBs are down.
Paparazzi would just he needs this creep wave so he can get his Blink Dagger. He'll move to the tree lines, grab it. So VG are finally getting some pop jump initiation damage. Gotta strengthen up and just run at him. And it comes off cooldown now. Tier 1 tower will be assaulted. They fortify up for the Radiant sign, keep the creep wave alive a little bit longer. Diaside will do exactly the same thing, and Miracle just
Arcane Rune as well.
From the trees, too easy. Paparazzi, another Sleight of Fist out. But they're all being protected by Heavenly Grace.
And Weehaw got mid-tower as this happens. That's the thing, like Liquid, it's a 5-5 game. This is so passive, especially if you compare it to that last game between Alliance and Gambit.
Hey, it's like game 1 from Alliance and Gambit.
Yeah. But Liquid, they've now acquired the net worth lead. It does not feel like they are under any sort of pressure. This is Vici playing Liquid's game. And when you consider that Liquid's running the same lineup they've used for the last 2 series, you've got to think that they're comfortable in this spot. They know it better than anybody else in Dota. And all of a sudden, Miracle, even after that terrible laning phase, he's a recipe away from a Radiance. Yep. And it doesn't even feel like Liquid are stressed here. They're just, again, camping as 4 heroes on this triple camp around an active shrine and another smoke.
I actually can't remember the last time Team Liquid actually smoked. VG have used 5 in my most recent memory, and they still, they got a Crystal Maiden one time.
Weeha's in trouble, though.
He's baiting. Hey, this feels very much like bait. GH right behind him. He's waiting for the RP. Wait, he blinked himself away, letting the Wind Ranger die.
Yeah.
And now, VG Gaming looking for back-to-back kills, picking up Mind Control. BKB from Mind Control. He'll turn around. Weeha does that buyback. Soul buying, locking Mind Control and Miracle together. VG Gaming still not willing to dive underneath that tier 2 tower yet until Paparazzi goes for his own jump. Miracle. He just does it.
Oh, we got the Steward.
Oh, yeah.
Onto the Omni.
Got a grab. Over on the Omni. The Shackle follow-up as well. DK's just sitting there. Kuro currently looking to see what the wheel says. And Wheel says a dieback for Yang. DY will complete his TP away to safety as Ori runs away on the bottom under the cover of the Shadow Blade. And another death for the Omni Knight. He's been the punching bag of Team Liquid. But they do get a buyback on the Wind Ranger. So it's costly, and experience, damage, gold, it all is even at the end of this. But Liquid, they go for Roshan. They're looking for the big man, knowing Omni is down.
And he has no buyback either, Toby.
Yeah,
You're totally fine trading Weeha's buyback if you get this big boss down.
And Liquid are aware of this as well, because it is a cooldown timer. It's not a money thing.
Yeah, I love the combination. Like, Liquid always loves these huge teamfight ultimates, but then they also have other heroes that have the ability to play fast and always stay on map. Ember, Wind Ranger, Doom with the Centaur stun. Like, you've got so much cheap lockdown, you don't necessarily need the RP.
This is not as easy as they probably would have hoped it was. Mind Control, they see how low he is. That may be enough for Fade to think about jumping in. He is! He goes in! He actually got the kill on Roshan and the Aegis of the Immortal! A full steal from Fade! The new Thief in the Night wants to go for more. He saw Warstone from Mind Control. Miracle's gonna put him down. No, there's protection. War cries out, and Kuro is the one who's in the pit to kill the Rubik twice. But Liquid, that was not the plan. They were taking so much damage from Roshan. They weren't ready for it.
Yeah, you can see Miracle actually he had the right idea. He tried to slight and cancel the Rubik Blink Dagger, but Fade was just to the left of the AoE, and he's able to blink in, somehow get the Aegis steal, plus the kill. The kill is even more important, really. So much golden XP going the way of the Rubik, denying all of it to the Dire side.
We got so much downtime. I just like to watch that again, and again and again. Like VG and Liquid, they can go 7-7, but these quick little moments. So I was hoping for Kyle coming into a winners bracket final, seeing high quality Dota, just plays like this that most people can never pull off. And
true.
Fade
Dude, how
did it
about
beautifully.
Miracle juking that Sven stun middle? Like, I don't even know how it was possible.
It was like point
he
blank
got it
range.
twice, too. Like, he would have got it with the Slight, and he would have got it with the Remnant. But this is where Vici's draft gets spooky, because you're going to have the Daedalus finished up on Paparazzi, and what do we say? They have to win fights quickly. They got to strike hard and fast.
Yep.
You know, you get your stun, get Echo Sabered, you might just die immediately. And Liquid have got to play real carefully around the map now.
Ori is under Observer and Sentry with the Shadow Blade. That's going to be so tempting for Liquid to go on. But they decide against it, and they're actually going to lose both their Obs and Sentry.
Yeah. It's in Mind Control. You know, he's complained a bit about the offline. He's like, yeah, it's just so hard now. You make one mistake, you lose the team, your game. And that's the position he's in now. He needs to hit a Doom on either the Omni or Sven pre-ultimate.
They're getting wrapped around right now. The initiation comes on Kuro. He gets dropped inside the river, silenced up, and Liquid just bail out. Yeah. They know high ground defense is where VG will really be heavily tested, but VG, they want to fight outside that base. They don't want to have to go in But Miracle, he's creep skipping on bottom. Like, not creep skipping, he's pushing into the tier 2 tower. He's got a creep wave with him. That ain't a skip.
Yeah, the BKB is his big timing. He's very susceptible to getting dove without one.
Again, Paparazzi, blink up, goes for the Storm Bolt. Needs a follow-up control. It's going to be there from both Ori as well as the Rubik. Support skewering back in Paparazzi. The BKB protects him, but they've already got the kill over on Mind Control. He thought he was safe. The 4-star pushing Ori away from the tethered tree he was at. Back to the tier 2 tower, and my god, Paparazzi hits hard.
So well played by Vici there. They know they have to be the ones initiating, and more importantly, you've got to go for these backline heroes of Liquid. Find the Mag, find the Doom. Not even worth your time, really, to think about Miracle right now, unless he makes some sort of misplay. And Wind Ranger as well. If he pops his BKB or the Wind Run before he's initiated on, he's going to take absolutely 0 damage. Now with the MKB finished, he'll start hitting much harder thanks to the proc damage as well when he gets his ultimate off. And Daedalus could be completed in a moment by Paparazzi. He's now worth a skyrocketed.
You'll have to commit his buyback for it, which is the only risky thing, but you've still got a couple of tier 2 towers up. Scan from Team Liquid actually does ping on VG Gaming, so at least they know they're up near Roshan. Obviously not going to look to take him. He's just been finished.
Yeah. It's been slow, but it's been a very methodical game of Dota by both sides. Really no major mistakes made. You can see very risk-averse movement and plays. Kuro, 5 of his team's 9 deaths. I don't think he minds that whatsoever. Vici trying to capitalize on the advantage they have now. BKB on both DK and the Sven, now with the DD on Paparazzi as well. Roshan won't be an objective for some time, but they get a pick off the Daedalus. The Miracle knows he's playing so cautiously.
They always stay on the run. Stay out of harm's way.
The downside is that Vici have used almost all of their smokes, but luckily Ori has this Shadow Blade. I love the decision because you needed multiple tools of acquiring vision, information, and specifically initiating. You have to be the team catching Liquid if you want to win these fights. You can't allow Miracle and we just continuously throw out these low cooldown stuns and eventually whittle you down as you're isolated in the middle of your of either the river or your lineup.
Is this game really going to take so long that 5 minutes before Roshan could potentially spawn? Teams looking at Roshan 3 minutes in before he spawns. They're also hanging around the pit.
You can't blame Vici. I mean, look at the fortified position that Liquid has utilized this entire game. Again, 2 wards. They sit on the high ground around their bottom shrine.
He's under the orbs, he's under the sentry. Liquid, they got perfect coverage. Ari's coming in. If they blink Skewer, GH could drag him up. But is this the fight they want? Vici's right behind him. There's your blink. Skewer, very, very deep. Ari's already triggered the BKB. Now in the back lines. Kuro looking for his own moment with Mind Control, who's got his own BKB up here with GH down. Does Liquid still have fight left in them? They kind of want to get in there. The Rubik can be brought down by Miracle, but the Soulbind, Paparazzi, the Double Storm Hammer, problematic for Mind Control as well as we have it. The Double Shackle. It's going to be a space creation, and he's playing Ori like a fiddle. Up and down and around they go. The GA comes way too late. Ori's gone down, and Miracle wants another piece of the pie to move forward. Grimstroke, does he want to buy back now as they move back underneath the VG shrine? He does not. Miracle. The chase moves down towards Fade. Look towards the Rubik, but Fade blinks away in time. Now Paparazzi initiates. Now the Grimstroke also buys back. They need this kill on Miracle. Picked up, thrown down, and brought down. 75 seconds without buyback because he spent the money on the BKB. Wind Ranger needs to get the hell out of here. She's the D push that still remains for Team Liquid. Back under the tier 1 tower. Paparazzi and Yang going to work. You have the Shackle, maybe with a Shockwave. Weeha, 4-star forward. He gets the distance, he gets the space. TP will not complete. Rightly so from Kuro. There was more of intimidation to stop VG Gaming from chasing, but it won't really stop them. They're under tier 2 towers. VG want the fight, but they've got to be careful. GH still hasn't thrown out that RP yet. He's waiting to fight, and Fade's waiting to steal it. In the trees with DY. GH, he has the line. Mind Control, jumping in already with the initiation. BKB and Shiva's Cut, trying to cause problems for VG Gaming, who are still around him on all sides. The Shackle is perfect on the Grimstroke. Can they find more than this? Kuro and Weeha, they're trapped in together. There's no one else in those trees, boys. They're definitely clear of bark. And they don't find anyone further down, or do they? Fade, pick up, grab GH, pull him back down again. The rest of Liquid have gone. GH is dead. And Empower is actually stolen. A huge pickup to buff up VG Gaming. Not like Sven was already buffed enough.
But you know, it's like Liquid, they lose these individual heroes, but it's not the end of the world. They're never losing the big engagement. They'll cut their losses and run. And sure, the net worth lead continues to grow ever so slightly in Vinci's favor, but
Oh, Paparazzi.
hang on.
That's a confident TP. Tries to do it right
God,
underneath the
damage.
Observer and Sentry. The BKB can be triggered. Here comes Ori with a jump in. Frostbite's going to hold him there as well. Weeha, where's your focus? They're jumping forward. They have the Sentry Ward. Another BKB burned up from Ori. The Breathe Fire.
Yep.
Oh, there's all that damage gone from Team Liquid.
God, they just got such a great understanding. In and out constantly. They're just trying to buy spells in space.
It's a burger joint.
You could see Miracle as he was chasing. He did go down. He made a mistake. But he's just trying to dance with Paparazzi. He wants to blow. He wants him to use the stun so that he can juke it and then look to chase, maybe get a buyback, and now the smoke comes out. They still have RP. They have Doom. Everything is available, and I believe Paparazzi's ultimate that just came up. But
Okay, Radiance off. They will
no
not detect.
BKB on Papa.
Yep, dead. 30 seconds. But they need vision.
And
Kuro
Roos-
plans the Observer up the hill. They still don't see him. The Shrine's being popped, and VG are all together. So they won't have the regen during the fight, but they're ready to fight right now.
And the Shivas from Mind Control is huge. It's going to provide so much vision in these engagements.
Oh my, he's
Look at how
just
they're
waiting.
playing.
He's waiting. Blink away. You don't feel it. You don't have that right line. The rest of Liquid were already back on the low ground, so they retreat once more.
Yep, they'll take the good fight. They're not going to take the risky one. That's just typical Liquid mentality. And Vici Gaming, they're playing great as well. Like, no real huge mistakes from either side. In fact, the team that makes the first one will probably end up just losing this game, as the second Roshan is spawning soon.
You got 1 minute 30 seconds for Roshan to spawn.
That'll be the next big engagement. Neither side's going to want to take any risks till that monkey is back in his home. You can see the lines drawn by Ori, or is that Mind Control rather, just which lanes you're looking to play around. You even scan the pit here as Vici Gaming. I think they might be out of smokes though, that's the concern. Very difficult for them to stay aggressive on the map. They have to play around their vision.
There's a smoke on DY for the moment. Kuro's been holding onto his forever.
And no reason not to. You want to save these big team movements for the Roche Pit and Ags.
34 minutes in Aghanim Scepter for our Omni Knight.
Yep. Global ultimate available now.
Also, the duration
yep.
provides HP regeneration.
And that's another cooldown now that Liquid's going to have to worry about. This game is all about the RP, the Doom, and then the Omni Knight Ags factor. Mind Control, his job is very simple. It's Doom the Omni Knight. But do keep in mind, if he is able to earn enough gold for a buyback, he's always threatening the buyback into GA, which there isn't really a counterplay for on Liquid right now.
I love how you said, like, you got to play around the RP. It's something that Liquid have never done yet. Like, it's as Smoke was in range of the Observe Ward, initiation.
Wow.
Well, that GA's already come out.
And look,
You're
they're immediately
feeling the
back.
pressure.
Yeah, Weeha now with that built-in Shadow Blade, thanks to the level 20 Talon on the win run as well. And it's insane. Even though his net worth is 5th, this is the reason Liquid love this hero.
Look at him go.
He has one item.
They smoke up. They know GA is down. They probably even saw the Aghanim Scepter.
Yep.
And Roshan is what they're looking towards. He is spawning right now.
Rune's up in 5.
Look at Paparazzi. Smoke's gonna break Miracle. Searing Chain's already GH. Blink Skewer. The BKB's already up. They get the initial stun. And now Mind Control trying to
Going
create some
straight
more
for the-
space, but he's so deep in the shackle. It actually holds Ori, but only for half a second. They're trying to get the hell out of here, Liquid. The
Stole
damage
Doom.
is way too much for VG, but now the jump in with the Doom Soul. You can actually get on top of the Ember and shut him down. Miracle is buyback, and if VG want to push this underneath the Shrine, he may do exactly that.
Paparazzi's doing such a great job. He's making himself the target in GH. It's like the 3rd time he's gone for the skewer, but that just makes him a target.
Yeah.
Ori is immediately following up, and Mind Control, yeah, you get a Doom off on the DK, but it's after he's popped BKB and Ultimate, and the Omni Knight's still there. You cannot do that.
They're playing like it's a black hole. Like, they're playing like Rubik is going to steal this 100% every single time. I'm wondering if he needs to get like a Lincoln Sphere before the confidence will be there to do what he needs to do.
He just cannot look to skewer like that. He can hunt for the Rubik. He just has to ensure that that's the target he lands the RP on. But you make the game easy for Paparazzi if you initiate on him. He's got 4,000 health with his ultimate active. It is not a hero you're going to be able to take out. And I love this decision. They put it on Yang, recognize that he does not have the buyback available just yet, needs more gold. And he's the one that's important for Liquid to kill. If you keep the Omni alive, who cares what happens to your squad? He pops GA and they all survive.
It's a double damage rune as well, sure. Paparazzi's having a look around, not going to find anyone.
That's sick.
It's the...
He bottles the DD. It's worth, super worth. And now they can just group up, look to push, and he knows that he'll be able to save that huge rune until that very last moment we can start beating on the tier 3.
And Ari's got his MKB. So they're finding ways to dish out damage into Weeha, who's still trying to get that Aghanim Scepter upgrade of his.
Yep. This
Nice
is-
observer sentry on the hillside, so team Avicii Gaming also know if Liquid are mounting any level of defense on the bottom.
And you can see like how this game, it's just so cool to watch because like you know what these teams are trying to do. Liquid's just
Yep.
trying to bait the spells, poke, and Vici are just like waiting. You know, they've got that one shot, and as soon as somebody important finds themselves out of position, boom, they're on top of him. He
Yep.
dies in a blink of an eye.
Now Liquid, the tier 2 tower is practically gone. They're only doing power shots from the tier 3. That's the only place that feels safe at the moment. They got one defensive observer sentry up on the top lane, but outside of that, vision is non-existent
Yep.
for Team Liquid. So they are playing blind, but they also understand their split push is good later on. They're still going to have an RP from inside the base. This is their position where they feel strong to fight, not outside.
I think that Liquid, they learn from inside the game as they continue, and I think that we will not see GH attempt one of those aggro skewers again. They've got to do a better job of identifying the supports if they can.
Yeah.
Mind control.
He's trying to get the AC.
It's all about controlling the armor. We can see how much damage the Sven is doing, but that BKB duration's continuing to lower. The armor stacking up now.
You
AC
see-
plus Shivas.
You see his mindset too, like he's #1 net worth for Team Liquid, but he's buying out. He does not have buyback available. That's all about Ember, it's all about Weeha, who have those buybacks.
It's all about controlling the vision. You can Doom the Omni, Weeha looking to find the Rubik. Somebody's got to find Fade's Rubik. You can take him down, all of a sudden GH can freely RP the BKB'd Sven, the BKB DK, and just prevent the damage output during this immunity,
Hey.
and then the shackles and the chains can kite him once it fades.
I'm waiting for his Aghanims Doom. I'm waiting for his Aghanims Freezing Field. Like, I'm waiting for all these big buff ups. That's just going to be absolutely problematic for Team Liquid. Weeha's finished his Aghanims now, so there goes your buyback for the Wind Ranger. Means the only core who has buyback right now is the Ember. And Miracle, he's the one that keeps living life on the edge, but he's also the one with a lot of escape mechanisms.
They're playing under the vision. That still Kuro. Where have these
wait,
boards been
wait.
all game?
Where are you? Where are you off to? Where are you off to, Weeha? Observer and Sentry is up, so at least he feels confident around this. He's going to push bottom lane. He moves so fast and invis with Windrun that he can do this push and potentially just waste the time of VG.
So annoying play. And why is this possible? Because of the vision. Because Kuro, for I believe 4 consecutive placements, has concentrated his vision around this bottom shrine area. It's a very good
Amber.
understand. Oh wow, they got that.
The
The Doom.
jump comes in from Fade. He still had it from before. Picks him up, throws it back down again. I don't think Miracle was really ready for this. He can't tank through it. Paparazzi will arrive. And Ember is down. I said he was the one core who had buyback, but I didn't mean he wanted to use it.
Yeah, really well played there by Fade. He's just hunting with that Doom this entire duration. Age has been ticking down for 4 minutes, but I believe it's go time.
That's all the scribbles from VG Gaming. It's like, screw bottom lane. Push in the mid, push in the top. Let's do some damage. Weeha can push pretty quickly, but if they can force the buyback from the Ember, is at least that opening for the next fight after. Actually, Wee's walking straight back through VG. Is he coming? He's coming for the 40-minute bounty rune.
He got one. Takes that. Paparazzi, though, another double damage rune to be bottled up.
It's raining D. Hallelujah, it's raining DD.
And all the lanes continue to push in. Just an 11k lead for Vici. Just a crazy chess match between these two sides. Some of the more experienced minds in Dota going head-to-head. Winter bracket final, the last major. Both squads just feeling each other out. I'm sure the...
Someone get rid of that range creep. Paparazzi's coming in. Hop stop skill.
Oh.
This one's going to work. Paparazzi deep under the tower. Not burning the BKB just yet. Wants to get back with the help of Yang. They're able to do so. Mind control. He's in real trouble. That BKB just not protected from all the
Oh my
damage
God.
output of Paparazzi. 72 seconds on the sideline. Ember has not brought back the fortification. Has split 3 ways on the tower attack, but Paparazzi still wants more. A quick shackle. Somehow they didn't lash to anything, even though everything was behind him. Another blink skewer under the tower. Paparazzi, man, he is waiting so hard. That BKB already burnt, now in full retreat. Doombringer, he bites back. Gets the hoof stomp out. Quickly silenced. Not soulbound or anything, but the shackle in the back lines, making it difficult for VG Game to try and turn around and respond, but it won't matter when Weeha is already dead for 103 seconds. Mind Control's having a hard time getting back up the hill as well. Shivaskar creates some more space. Kuro instantly stuns to freezing field, has no effect. And the GA also out. Paparazzi wants more. He looks towards Kuro. 2 hits will do it. He hasn't actually got him in just yet. Now he'll get him in. The Team Liquid, they are dropping like flies and they just buy back. Miracle trying to do everything he possibly can. Still GH, silenced up. I haven't even seen an RP yet from him. He's waiting for it so damn long. Now or never, man. Now it's gone. Miracle, the damage output, a sleight of fist will kill off DY, but woo! Goodbye, Kuro. Buyback for GH. He's still got the side of 5th. He needs to actually give the empower buff up and keep it over a Miracle. Create that space, create that moment, create that blink into RP3 and that skewer forward. He only got one, and the RP stolen. That was the fear. They turn around to get the kill, and Master buyback as well. Team Liquid, I don't think you got much more. It is just Miracle to try and hold the ground, hold the line against VG Gaming, who can go there pinging. They just want to go straight for the GG push into the tier 4 towers, and they've got it. Team Liquid, they cannot stop VG Gaming right now. VG will definitely take game 1.
Unbelievable, Toby. They didn't make a mistake. Not the entire game.
GG.
I don't think we saw, did we see an RP until the very end?
Nope, that was it. The pure fear of why he didn't want to throw it was instantly realized. The RP stole